Yeah, just period.
That sounds like
What,
a really
some
hard one.
fucking lions or what?
That's right.
Yes,
It
you
wasn't
can't
specified.
send it from
Yeah,
lions.
we got to
Where,
understand what the
where's
semantics are.
Haru?
But anyways, let's just go with one of these topics here. Do you want to go with like humans have free will?
Yeah, do you disagree on that?
Mm, sure, I'll just debate that topic.
What?
I'll just say I'll disagree.
Oh, you disagree with humans having free will?
Yeah.
Wait, do you agree that humans have free will?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right, we can start. You have the
I have to do the opening?
Yeah, because you are the affirmative. Humans have free will. Okay, you can start. We can start whenever you say your first word.
Okay. So, as I understand free will to be, I am going to have like a theological position on that, but I'll stick to just philosophy. I would hold that my notion of free will would be like a sourcehood, freedom, and that I am the source of the choices that I make, and that I am not forced or coerced to make such choices. I don't hold that in every case that is there are factors that may in some case act against my will, if that's what you want to call it. But I would say that when I'm hashing out what freedom is, I would say that it would be a source of freedom and that I am the one who's making those choices. That's all I got for you.
Okay, well, I'll just disagree with that because the you're describing here is going to be an amalgamation of your ideas, your thoughts, and your values, which didn't come from you. They weren't chosen by you. Your thoughts come to you as a stream of consciousness that you have no choice of choosing which one comes to you. Your brain decides before you. This is just true, like neurologically, right? Like there's
There
just
seem to be like a lot of claims that you're making that just are like, I don't know, why would I accept any of those?
are just true. I'm just talking about science here. I mean, like neurologically,
About
where
science.
our brain. I'll get to a causal
Science.
chain. I'll get to a causal chain in a second.
Science deals with causal like determinism. That's
Yo,
kind
I'll
of
get to a causal chain in a second. I'm just explaining to you how your like brain activity predicts
well,
your
these
decisions
things
before.
seem trivially true because I would hold right that like there is a determined like causal chain. I don't have any issue with that. You're just saying trivially true.
Yeah. So then, what are you deciding to do?
I'm saying that I, the person, right, am the source of those choices, and in that sense, that's the freedom, right? I'm not being forced
What is I in this
to
sense?
do. Well, we're not having a personal identity debate. We're having a free will debate.
Yeah, but if you're using your personal identity to supply your view on free will, I want to know what that means to you.
I mean, I could be pretty agnostic on what I necessarily mean by I, but I would just say the identity, like the person that is Whitney, that is external to all other things.
And did you
and all other things, I suppose.
in your identity as you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the what you are, did that come from yourself or did that come from something else?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to say that it did come from you because these things came about through the causal chain, right? Your genes, your environment, your
Things
upbringing.
that aren't an issue on my view. I have no problem with causal determinism.
Well, if you're saying that you are the thing, right, that is creating your will, right, but you, right, your identity as I
never said that I created my own will. I say I have one. Or do you disagree that you have a will?
No, of course. We're talking about free will here, though, because if your will is completely connected to your personal identity, but your personal identity didn't come about through your own actions, right? It's simply just something that exists because of the causal chain.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't.
How exactly can you have free will?
Not really. When I'm talking about like the causal chain, what I mean is that like I act according to my desires. That's what I mean by it. So none of that is an issue under my view in this sense. So,
yeah, you're acting according to your desires, right? That's what you're saying. But you can't choose which desire you're gonna act upon.
I can't choose my desires, or I can't
You can't
choose.
choose. You can't choose. You're saying you're acting upon your desires, but you can't choose which desire to act upon.
I don't. That just seems convoluted. What you're saying, like.
No, I'm saying if your desires, right, your desires come about. You'd agree your desires come about through the causal chain, right?
Sure.
Okay. And then, so how exactly are you separating yourself from the
Saying I'm the very source. There's no other source that's making that, and in that sense, I'm free. That's what I'm saying. I'm the source of the being, the agent, if you will. I'm the agent that is.
You're the source of your own
making such
being.
a choice, and in that sense, I'm free.
You're the source of your own being.
No, I'm the source of the mover of the desires. Right, I am.
The desires came about.
My will.
Right? You're saying like a compatibilist view, right? So the desires came about through the chain, right? And then you choosing the desire is also something that you don't have.
I'm not choosing the desires. I already said that I'm not doing that. I'm saying.
So what are you doing then?
Because desires aren't the act that I'm doing. Those, you're conflating desire and will.
Okay, so then if the act is the thing that is free will, right? What exactly is free within the action of acting?
That I'm not being forced to make that action or to make that choice. I'm sorry.
So if you're not being forced, you could do otherwise, correct?
No, what I mean is that like there are I'm going to act according to my desires, but what I mean is that when I make such a choice, right, there isn't something or any external influence forcing me to make that choice. I am the one making it. That's what I mean by it.
So could you do otherwise?
I don't think, like, I'm not saying in the sense that, like, when it comes to the determined line that we're on, that I'm trying to say that I can do otherwise, right? Because that's the position that I'm holding to. I'm not holding to some kind of libertarian free will. What I'm saying is that I'm acting according to my desires, and when I thus make that choice, right?
You're not making a choice. What choice are you making?
Huh?
What choice are you making?
What choice am I making? The one that I'm desiring to make. Yeah,
but again, you already agree your desires don't come about through you. You're not choosing to act upon your desires. You're simply acting upon your desires.
Yeah, I feel like you're just not understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth.
I am, right? But I'm wondering.
No, I don't think that you are, though.
Part of this comes right?
Clarify, or you just want to keep going? Okay.
There's no need to get upset, right?
So I just, like, what I'm saying is that, like, however I cash out, like, the person or the I in this sense, right? I'm the very source of it. There is no other source that is thus making this choice.
So you're not.
In this sense, I am free.
Let me get this straight. You're not the source of you. You're not the source of your action. You're not the source of your desire. But somehow you have a choice within the matter. How does that work? Because we're talking about free will here, right? That's to say that you had a choice within any of these events. But you didn't, because none of them came from you, or you had any option to do.
What I mean, look, you think that choice, like, when I'm making a choice, right, that in some instances I'm making choices external to me.
What do you mean external to you?
What I mean is that, like, I'm choosing things external to me. I'm choosing to act that isn't, like, within me, is what I mean.
Your desires are within you. You're within you.
No, okay. So, like, I have vanilla and I have chocolate, right? Okay. Like, there's vanilla and are the vanilla cone and the chocolate cone external to me?
Of course, but your attitude and stances towards those two things are going to be coming from the chain itself.
And what I'm saying is that, like, the person, right, the source of that me is the source of that, is the one making that choice, right? And in that sense, what I'm what I'm saying is that
What choice
there's
are you
the
making? You
freedom.
haven't explained. I'm just asking here. I'm asking where the choice is in this view. I'm just confused.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like you're making any choices about anything.
Yeah, I mean, those choices are still going to be something that is me. I mean, those choices are going to be things that are external to me.
What are the choices? Because if we're talking about will here, right, that is you, right? That is your will. You're like epistemically, right? That's you. You're being choosing something free, right? Like choosing between two different options and choose like, and having the ability to have either or, but you don't because your desires don't come from you. You don't come from you, right?
I heard
And
you
there's
said that
nothing you
like
can do
that's
but act upon your desires.
perfectly true under my state, under my.
Time.
That's fine.
Time. Okay, judges. I feel like.
To be fair, I'm still working on my fucking philosophical position.
Oh man. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Let's judge it. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Fine, good job, Manny. You're gonna win.
I'll give my thoughts. I think is it what's your name? I usually
Just I so.
I.
So you can call me.
You were arguing a different proposition, right? At the beginning, she said that she was defining free will as sourcehood free will. And you were arguing, you were trying to get her to hold the principle of alternative possibilities view, which she doesn't hold
Source it
to.
as in, but if the source itself isn't something that you have any ability in partaking in, you don't.
Yeah, but that's not what the
She
view
said
is.
the
It's
source.
just that.
She said the
Yeah,
source was herself, right? But she doesn't have the ability to change anything about herself.
yeah, but that's not her view. That she ought to have the ability to have a different choice. It's just that she is the person in the proximate causal chain, right? That she's not being coerced by something that she doesn't agree with, or she doesn't have a desire
The
to
thing
do.
she agrees or can
Let him
disagree
make
with
his
are things that are
judgment. You
by
can
the
talk
causal
about
chain.
it later. Just let him make
Yeah,
his
yeah,
judgment.
yeah.
You're right. You're right.
So what I think if she had held to like a libertarian free will view or a principle of alternative possibilities view, or that, it was just a brute contingent fact, whatever her free will decision was, if that was her view, that would have been like a perfect argument to use against her. But she at the outset kind of inured herself from any of those.
I know. I mean, we're arguing
So
for compatibilism is just like let's just redefine this, and it's not
right,
possible to say it's not
yeah,
real.
I think she changed the subject on you, and you agreed to it. So I think it was hard to get around that.
I
So
don't
I'd
know.
have
I
to give
don't
it
know
to
what the
Whit.
point. I mean, I wouldn't. I can't. You can't really argue against compatibilism. It's just like free will is just like it's just gonna be true.
You
There's no
say you
way.
gave
Well,
it to
yeah, I
me,
mean,
Spencer?
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I need my money.
Jim, Page,
Um, well, a couple of things. One, I don't think she was describing a form of compatibilism, but a source, like a sort of agent causation libertarian view. Now, a couple of things to note. I didn't hear any Frankfurt cases, which are like typically the types of things that get brought up when somebody rejects the PAP.
right.
But with what actually did happen here was, Whit gave her a response. Now, when she gave that sourcehood view that she kept describing, she had two burdens. One is explaining how an agent is free from any causal chain, free from any, sorry, explanatory chain, and B, how an agent is responsible or culpable for those actions, if so. And those are the two burdens that I set out for her to establish as true. Um, First thing is he went in and like, sort of strawman the view about PAP and so on and so forth. But then he did ask a good question, um, which is like something along the lines of what explains your decisions or something like that, or what causes you to choose this over that. Um, Now, I mean, I take the view that agent causation like reduces down to event causation with respect to explanatory relations, but that wasn't explored, unfortunately, due to what like Flenser said with the whole misunderstanding going on. As for the debate, I mean, I don't take it that he proved it as false, but I also don't take that she met her burden of proving both constitutive members of the claim as true. Um, Mostly because the motivations were more for like a compatibilistic account that you could use to motivate PAP or source. Um, So I'm kind of agnostic on who won here, right?
But
So, but if I had to give it to somebody, and you guys are gonna make me, I am gonna give it to Whit because ISO's intoxicated slash on something such that he strawmanned several times and it pissed me off.
All right, go ahead, Jim.
I think if I was EG, I'd just be embarrassed right now. I would delete this app and just never come back.
yeah,
His,
yeah.
ina- his inability to track the conversation and give a good response to sourcehood freedom was just terrible. I mean,
Damn.
I don't even know
I
what's
think
the freedom there though. That's like well, I guess we just can't talk about it. We'll talk about it later. But I'm actually curious
yeah, we'll
what the
talk
freedom
about
is
it. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Whit.
Holy shit, we could possibly win the whole thing.
I'll debate you again
Two
about
more
something
wins.
else, and probably lose
I
again.
could
But
win
you have to
this.
give me half.
I really felt like I did because you know what? I've only just recently learned about sourcehood freedom, so I was like, "Fuck, bro! Like, I don't think I have enough like substance to come after this." And he was really
Holy
getting me on some
shit.
trip, and I was like, "I don't know."
I don't know. I mean, I
Okay,
saw
so
man, I
thank you
don't
for
really.
coming up. Appreciate it. We're gonna get
All
to
right.
the next people. We only have a few minutes left.
Hey guys, I gotta
Let's
run.
see.
I'm
We're
way
gonna
over the
see.
45.
Later, Cleanser. Love
Okay.
you, man.
Okay,
Thanks for letting me
Shark,
judge.
Thanks for the win, Splinter. I'll get you your money if I win.
Now, Shark, is
All
it
right.
all 101 Dalmatians or what? So let